Welcome to Carving with a Pumpkin. In this case, we have a pumpkin. We're going to decorate it a number of ways. First thing we will do is we'll go over to the paint can. The paint can allows us to choose a color for the pumpkin. Most people will choose a solid orange. In this case, do not forget to go to the arrows because in this orange, I actually like my pumpkin a little bit darker. I like it like there. And so when I go to this one, it allows me to fill it in nice and dark. Now, if I undo this here for a second, this is all a solid orange. But if you do click there, you can see lots of different designs for your pumpkin. Some of them are a little crazy. I mean, you can go here and make your pumpkin look a little weird. But sometimes that's fun to do. I will leave that up to you. I am going to go back to my fill pattern of solid. I am going to undo this, and you can see that this arrow right here for the solid will allow me to go ahead and go fill it in. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm also going to grab a yellow because I've got a nice candle inside of that. So there goes my candle, and I've got my pumpkin. I can then go up to a brown, but this brown for the top is a little too dark. I might use a yellow, so I'm going to come over here to the yellow, and I'm going to see if I've got like a darker yellow. Kind of looks like the top. Yeah, it looks a little not enough. I might go back to that brown and then do the same thing. I got to see if I want a lighter brown. It was kind of like looking for a straw brown. So yeah, so that's way too orange. So I'm going to undo that. So I'm just going to play around, try to find the best little top I can. There are lots of ways to do it. Now, in this case, most kids would think that you are done with this assignment. But like I said, it's not only to fill in the pumpkin, but it is also your job to decorate. So to decorate, I can do a couple of things. I can go over here and I can grab my eraser. I can make my eraser not too small, but just a little bit big, about so big. And this is where I can go in and maybe if I want to draw some stitches over here. Sometimes you like to draw other things. I know some people put over ears, so they might draw a circle over here for their ears. I'm not too much of an ear person, but I do like, while I'm having fun, I do like to go over here, and I do like to put my initials over here or spell my name. So you can put letters over here. You can do this with the eraser. I have also seen kids do this with the paintbrush. Now, if I go to the orange here, since I chose a different color, we could go up here and we could put in some stitches up here, and you can see since it's a different orange, it actually shows up a little bit. The other thing kids like to do is they go to the paint can again, and they go to their orange. But in this case, they might choose like a really, really light one, and they go over the black line because they don't like the black line of the pumpkin. So they want one that looks a little bit more pumpkin-ish, and you can see here how they decorate it. When you do go back, we are getting closer to decorating it, but before we do anything else, we need to go over here to the spray can. Now, most people, when they click the spray can, just see the dots and the feet and the balloons, but they can't forget that there are lots of things here with the arrow. So anytime you click on one of these things, you can see you have lots of different things that you could click to spray on your paper. In this case, I'm going to go over to the flowers, and I'm going to go over to the leaves. Now, it's important that you go back to the leaves because if your size is set for too big, you're going to end up with some very big leaves. Now, in this case, that might look nice. Put a leaf there, put a leaf there. But I also like having smaller leaves too. So I like going down here and adding some smaller ones. So I have different size leaves. So don't just make the same size leaf, and we might even put a smaller one inside here so we can go through. Because then when I go back and I click here, I also have some grass. Since it is a fall picture, I can make my grass a little bit bigger. Oops, I must not have clicked on it. I'm sorry. There we go. Now when I go back, I can see the grass up here. So when I click on there, we can start to see some of the grass, and this kind of fills in a little bit. Kind of looks like some straw too. So this is what I mean by decorate. I have even seen some kids come up to the paintbrush, and you can see the different brushes right here. So you can go to the different brushes, and they go to a green, and they might choose a lighter or darker green in this case. And I've seen them come over here to their brush size, and I've seen them draw some grass over like this. Now, on the surface of this grass doesn't always look the best or the normal, but once you put something on it, then it starts to look a little bit better. So when you put some brown grass on top of that green there, or some leaves, then it starts to look a little bit normal. See how this green in the back looks a little bit better than the white? So sometimes people like to put some green grass down there first, then go put in some leaves and some straw, and I kind of like that green back there too. Looks a lot more normal than having just the white. Now that you have done the ground, do not forget to go back. You have some other options here. One of them might be a cloud. So if I go over here and I'm in a black cloud, you can see I'm going to get a, oh, I was in a green one, the dark green right there. So in this case, I'm going to go to the blue, and I'm going to go choose a lighter blue. And again, I'm using these arrows right here. These are my friend. So when I go in, I can add a couple, clouds up there to make it look a little bit more normal. Now, the last thing that you can go do is you can go up here to the images. When you go to the images, since this is a Halloween picture, we're going to go down to the holidays. And the holidays, I'm sorry if I clicked on that quickly, is the calendar. Because then over here you have a tombstone that will lead you to lots of different things. So in this case, I would definitely want to put in a ghost. I would then want to make the ghost smaller, and maybe I put the ghost over there. I can then go over here to the images. I can choose, oh, I got better bats. We will hang this bat somewhere. So if we will go over here, we will put this bat right over here on my pumpkin. And you can see them there. So you're going to want to put about 5 stickers on here. You can see that they start to look nice. Now with yours, I also like candy corn, so I always like to put some candy corn in. But when I do my candy corn, I'm going to go over here and put it as a tooth. Now what I like to do is I click on this white one and I can move it a little bit. So not only can I make this bigger or smaller, but I can use the white to twist it. Now a little trick. If you're clicking on something and you want another one of it, you can simply go over here to the plus. See it right there? If you click it, they give you another one. Now, I will need to turn this one. There we go. But then I can click the plus again, and it saves me lots of time from having to go back up to image and getting another picture. Okay? So in this case, I'll put this over here. Kind of makes it look like a little stick. So in this case, I have added some spray can. I have used my paint can. I even used my paint brush. I even used my eraser. I used again the spray can up here, and I also added some stickers. So this is how you create your pumpkin. I'm sure you can find lots of different ways to do yours.